The attorney for Autumn Jackson also says he hopes that Mr. Cosby comes forward and asks the court to be lenient toward Autumn Jackson, who faces up to 12 years in prison. He says he knows Cliff Huxtable would have. Doesn't know if Dr. William H. Cosby will, however. Cosby has so many aliases. We have all kinds of weird things happening to children these days. The body of a newborn baby wrapped in a plastic bag, actually several plastic bags, was found in a Queens woman's apartment. The woman, whose name was not immediately released, said she didn't know where the baby came from. But doctors say she had
stork.
just given birth. Police were responding to a 911 call. They went to the apartment and found the woman bleeding profusely in a blood-soaked bedroom. They rushed her to New York Hospital, where doctors told them that she had just had a baby. Cops went back to the apartment and then discovered a full-term baby in the closet. The baby was pronounced dead at the scene.
Bill Cosby, Indian name. Broken rubber.
Oh, geez. Police are awaiting the results of an autopsy to determine if the child was stillborn. This is another one of those situations where they have to determine just what condition the baby was in at birth to determine whether they should charge the parent with murder.
I was stillborn.
Police are questioning the woman and her husband, who have two daughters, ages 3 and 7. The couple insists the woman was not pregnant and the baby in the closet was not theirs. So you figured out. It's like a mystery. How'd that baby get in the closet?
He called JonBenet Ramsey's parents.
We also have a problem in this city with what to do with the mentally ill homeless.
I know what to do with them.
Not a problem.
It's so simple. What do we do with the Indians?
Oh, boy.
No, I know what to do with them. You have to
lock them up.
Yes, you can.
No, there seems to be a law against that. Why are they all roaming
Mayor
the
Koch
streets?
tried to do it. Everybody just got all uptight.
We have another incident where a woman stabbed a man to death in the subway.
When are we going to get
because
smart?
she didn't like the way he was looking at her.
Yeah, they're mentally ill people.
And this woman, they're saying now that, she's a suspect in a similar incident some years ago, but there wasn't enough evidence to charge her with it. They also say she was at a shelter where she was getting psychiatric help and being supervised properly, and then that facility had to be closed, so she was sent some other place where there was less supervision and less psychiatric help, and so she wound out of control again. A few days before this incident, on July 21st, she nearly went over the edge, waving a large knife at the owner of a Chelsea tanning salon. But still, these people don't get arrested, taken off the street, and helped. They're allowed to remain on the street because they go into the court system. They are so clogged with cases, they reduce the charges. Back out on the street she goes to kill somebody.
OJ says she might have killed Nicole. He wants her questioned immediately.
It's just ridiculous. We continually do this, and now a family is without a father.
If you want to get rid of the homeless problem, you give them all homes, and then you lock them inside. Thank you. I will be your next governor.
That's it. Oh, dear.
If Governor Pataki doesn't want the job.
That is one solution, isn't it?
Right.
Let you do the job.
Mm-hmm. I will give them all homes.
Another one of your pet peeves is the elderly.
Yes. Oh, I am so fed up with the elderly.
Well, this story comes out of the Chicago Sun-Times. An 83-year-old woman has turned in her car and her license after backing over and killing a 10-year-old girl.
Put the elderly on a reservation.
She was backing out of a parking space at a supermarket.
Yeah.
Obviously, this woman was in no condition to be driving a car. But you can't convince the elderly that they can't drive.
No, you never can tell them that.
But after she killed the 10-year-old, she decided to turn in her car and her license.
Look, I'm just against these elderly who do these phony Medicare ripoffs, and they got to go to the doctor every day for no reason.
Well, they think something's wrong with them then, I think.
Yep. They were looking for friends. Want a friend? Go to the park and play chess.
But haven't you seen these people on the road? You know, they can't even see over the steering wheel.
Oh,
You don't
of
even know
course.
anybody's driving the
It
car.
looks like the car's driving itself.
And they're
And it
driving
is.
at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, horrible.
They don't know. They shouldn't be in those cars. But as long as they can pass an eye test, they keep giving them a license.
The Chinese drive better.
There should be a road test after a certain age.
They should be allowed to be in a rickshaw.
Richard Jewell was on Capitol Hill yesterday. He's the man who was accused, or was the prime suspect in the bombing at the Olympic Park in Atlanta this past summer,
Nice looking man.
or a year ago in the summer. He is very upset with the FBI.
Great mustache.
He is a hero who was never allowed to be a hero. And he says he wants some answers.
Think he can get laid now? He's getting a lot of money.
I'm sure he looks better.
Really?
You can joke about his mustache all you want, but you look at the pictures today and you look at those old pictures. Some woman has gotten a hold of him.
Little money
and
and
fixed him up already.
you're just horny.
Let Richard Jewell speak, please.
Richard Jewell. The hero who wasn't allowed to be a hero.
I believe I am entitled to have the FBI publicly explain its conduct toward me and my mother.
But he ain't letting go of this.
The whole story must be told.
What else you got to do?
The truth must come out.
I thought the truth did come out. They interrogated him.
Well, he's talking about his treatment by the FBI.
We already know what it is.
He says the misconduct of the FBI in his case should be investigated by an independent group.
Yeah, everybody's perfect.
Let's hear it.
Really? He says this on my show?
Not only did the FBI accuse the wrong man, its agents in Atlanta and officials in Washington actively participated in publicly humiliating me and privately violating my constitutional rights.
All right, we know that already. So how long is he going to drag this out?
Well, we should be behind him on this. We know about government abuse of power.
Well, yeah, we are behind him, but what are we supposed to do?
We're having the same thing happen to us all the time.
No, nobody's giving me the front page of Time magazine. Nobody's sitting and giving me apologies.
Excuse me, I said we have the same abuses happening to us, not the same support.
We have it worse.
We have a government agency running roughshod over us with no supervision.
Come on. Go cry with the Indians.
Oh, thank you very much.
Government turns a deaf ear on us.
He'd suck 'em.
Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill yesterday, a Republican senator was saying that the Democrats got away with a fast one. They had some guy from Virginia come up to represent middle-class people, I suppose, who need some kind of child tax breaks for education or something like that.
Yeah.
And they presented this guy, and when the Republicans were looking him over, they noticed that he had a swastika tattoo on his arm.
So?
Yeah.
He was being presented as sort of an average Joe.
Really?
Joe Mengele.
And he wore a swastika?
Yes.
Wow.
So Trent Lott, who's the Senate Majority Leader, says we would have been broiled by the press if we'd done something like that, and they didn't say anything about the Democrats.
The story is the national press, the national television networks, and newspaper people, squashed this story.
You know what, Senator?
And
Quit crying, because you know what? I'm being abused by the FCC on a daily basis. There are commissioners making statements that they actually practice blackmail against the company I work for, and you're going to worry about this?
the American people need to know the kind of bias reporting that we are faced with.
By the way, I hear President Clinton is celebrating the fact that his number was not found in the dominatrix phone book. It was only Marv Alberts.
Fantastic.
Anyway, this guy from Virginia who caused all this uproar, he says it was a stupid childhood incident when he got this tattoo, and that he's never been anti-Semitic or a Nazi or anything like that.
Here's tape of him. Why, if you have a swastika on your arm, why wouldn't you get it like made into like a box, like a window-looking kind of? You know what I mean? Like
Windmill.
Yeah, if you're against it, yeah, make it into a windmill.
When you finally figure out what it is, wouldn't you do something?
Yeah,
You're a kid and you run out and get a tattoo for no reason.
yeah. It's a stupid childhood thing.
Oh, boy, I thought that was pretty wild. Yeah. The swastika sitting right there, and nobody said anything.
Well, they didn't want to offend them.
It's just one of those things. Meanwhile, in sports, Charles Barkley, I told you yesterday, is on trial. He's being sued by a man who says that Barkley beat him up in some club a while back. Well, Charles Barkley took the stand in his own defense yesterday, and he held nothing back as he testified.
Let it rip. Charles.
If I'm in a confrontation with somebody and they make a step toward me using vulgarity, cursing or whatever, I take that as confrontational. And I don't care how little, big, or small, I'm not going to let them hit me.
Oh, yeah.
So there. He claims that he was not the one who threw the first punch, but, when he answers with the, the full weight.
Full force.
Conviction.
Any sports stars playing actual sports or what?
I suppose there are a few, but
At what point are they going to allow like booze and strippers on the court and the ball field to make it interesting?
Steve Young is now the highest paid player in the NFL.
That's not right.
What about me?
Quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Says he's very happy to be staying with the organization.
Thanks.
Let's see.
It's my dream come true. It really is to continue to play and to play where I want to play and play with who I want to play and play for the people I want to play for.
Yeah.
So Young, who is 36, will average $7.5 million a season when the 49ers take to the field in October. Nice little payday.
Right.
Wouldn't you love to be Steve Jobs? He's the guy who
Could be anybody but me.
who started the Apple Computer Company and then was booted out as the chief executive officer at some point in a shakeup, and now they're practically begging him to come back because the company's in such bad shape. And he says he won't do it, but he's running the company anyway.
He won't come back, but he's doing it anyway.
He won't take the post.
Oh.
But, of course, they're coming to him for all kinds of advice and information, so he's essentially running the company.
What? Yeah.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But that's what's
That's what he
happening.
says. That's it.
I love it, though, when, guys get thrown out of their own companies and then people have to ask them back because they're the only ones who know what they're doing anyway.
Yeah.
And did you hear about the romance novelist who has admitted to copying whole scenes from another novelist's books?
You can't do that?
No, Howard. That happens to be wrong. It's called plagiarism.
How come on the radio every guy can steal everything I've ever done and I can't sue them, but in books you can sue them?
The books have all kinds of rules in their favor.
That's interesting.
Janet Daly is the novelist in question. On Tuesday, she admitted that she had copied some ideas and passages from novels by another best-selling romance novelist, a writer named Nora Roberts. She has blamed her behavior on psychological problems.
Must have been, what is that, Xanax or something. What was the one that they all take?
Of course that's a psychological problem.
I have a psychological problem. What, you think no one was going to notice?
Well, see, when she's saying when you're a little psycho, you just don't even realize people are going to find out.
Wow. Well, then let her off the hook.
Daly is considered a pioneer in the romance genre and has written 93 novels with 200 million copies in print. Now everybody's thinking, well, maybe there are more incidents of plagiarism in her writing, and nobody really wants to go and take a look.
Yeah.
They're just all very upset about this. They don't know how to handle it. But
I wrote a riddle book
now, and HarperCollins, who is her publisher, is considering whether to publish the last novel it has under contract with her because of it.
Put her on a reservation.
That's your answer to everything.
Yeah, it sure is. It works.
They say that it's official now. The Jim Carrey, Lauren Holly marriage is over after lasting only 10 months, and everybody's wondering just how much of a payday Lauren can expect after only a 10-month marriage with
None.
Hollywood's $20 million a film man.
Raoul Felder said he looked over the, didn't he say he looked over the papers?
Yeah.
They had some kind of prenup.
No, she says there was no prenup, but it's just a basic agreement to end a marriage. It doesn't seem like she's going after a big payday.
Doesn't it
but
say...
it does say that she wants some kind of spousal support.
Doesn't it say in the paper that on our show, they mentioned our show?
Yeah, they say in page 6 today that on our show she admitted that there was no prenuptial
Oh, she
agreement.
did? I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at her boobs.
Yeah.
So I can go out with her now?
But the point is, isn't California like that community property state?
Well, yeah, but it's got to be property that you acquired during the marriage. So...
Well, he must have signed some contract.
Yeah, probably just for $20 million, though. I expected that marriage to last forever. I'm shocked.
Everybody's also wondering just what caused the end of the marriage. Was it her ambition, his psychiatrist?
I think it was our interview.
They'll do it.
They'll do it. We're so lucky for people.
Very strange what goes on in Hollywood.
You know what? 10 months is considered a successful marriage out there.
In your day.
In anybody's day. It's
You're
like,
counting.
to me, it's like if you can stay together more than 2 weeks, it's a miracle.
And another marriage biting the dust. Nev Campbell, who's a very popular part of the cast of Party of Five.
Yeah!
Getting a lot of movie work.
Mm-hmm. What's the matter? She got some success, so she's dumping her old man?
She's been married 2.5 years, and she's separating from her husband.
No kidding.
Yes.
Had enough?
I guess
That's a successful marriage.
success has put a strain on that marriage, too.
2 years, man, out in Hollywood?
That's a success.
Adios.
Over, declared a success. Put her on a reservation with me. She's hot.
Oh, dear.
I'd like to fornicate with her.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke, they say, in USA Today, was seen throwing a chair in a chic Beverly Hills eatery.
I don't believe that.
Her station in the wee hours last Thursday after a bartender refused him a drink, citing the 2 a.m. deadline for serving alcohol.
Another shocker. I could have predicted that. That's too bad. That's really too bad. I mean,
What?
I had hope for him. I was seeing comeback. And why do they close down at 2 in the morning? That's when people need a drink.
Yeah. You just get going.
You know, they have these things called liquor stores.
Yeah.
You can buy the booze and have it in your house anytime you want, right, Jackie?
But it's our constitutional right to get drunk.
Firewater.
Anna Nicole Smith's beau is facing a 10-year prison sentence in Italy for
Who, Joe
smuggling
Piscopo?
heroin.
Joe Piscopo?
No, Anna Nicole Smith's boyfriend.
Oh, I thought you said Joe Piscopo.
No.
I could believe that more than Anna
He's
Nicole
been
Smith's wife.
accused of smuggling heroin in Italy. Swedish newspapers reported that Ben Bukson, an Iran-born Swedish citizen, was sentenced in absentia in 1990. Newspapers claim that he's Smith's boyfriend, and Smith's agent has no comment on that story.
I was just trying to work Joe's name into the news.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a good guy. I'd like to see him get a little mention.
Well, I'm glad. And yesterday in the newspaper, they said that Madonna was at some restaurant kissing a black man.
What? I can believe that. She loves black guys. That's her
And no
thing.
one knew
It wasn't Mr. X, was
exactly
it?
who he was.
Hmm.
And they're wondering if she's in love. What happened to the father of her baby?
He's busy.
Man in.
When Faye Dunaway gets back from wherever she is, she's going to be a little upset because they report in the paper today that her TV was stolen by a burglar. The burglar.
From the old age home that she lives in?
She has a Manhattan apartment. Howard.
Holy mackerel.
The burglary took place on Monday night or early Tuesday. Her personal assistant entered the apartment on 78th Street and called cops after discovering the television, the VCR, and the cable box were all missing. They say it's the second burglary in this Upper East Side apartment building. Mayor Giuliani's apartment, which is being sublet while he's at Gracie Mansion, was hit over the weekend. And as you mentioned earlier, Billy Joel is going to be one of the special guests included in the Garth Brooks' free Central Park concert on, when is it?
Next week, next Thursday.
Next Thursday? What day is that?
It's like
August 7th?
Who the hell would go to that?
Well, you might go to see Billy Joel.
Yeah.
They are expecting hundreds of thousands.
Maybe for Billy Joel, but not
in
for
Central
Garth Brooks.
Park, and they claim there are other special guests, but they're not letting you know who they are.
Me!
Billy Joel is releasing what he vows will be his final pop album on August 19th. After that, he says he's going to concentrate on writing what, Howard?
Classical music.
Oh, you read the article.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Classical music.
He's got millions and billions of dollars and doesn't want the pressure anymore.
Why not Broadway shows? Classical music.
Garth Brooks is what I can't figure out.
Well, I didn't understand why Garth Brooks would be throwing a hootenanny in the middle of Central Park either.
I guess he wanted a challenge. If they want hundreds of thousands of people to show up, they better close all the bridges and tunnels and lock us in.
Maybe they're busing people in from North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. Charlotte.
I can't imagine that New Yorkers want to see Garth Brooks.
This is bad. So the last conversation we had, he's at Betty Ford saying, I still have hope for us. I still think about that child we would have together. That's what he
Yeah, right.
said.
Yeah.
I said, not reproduce. What do you
Be
mean
a
by
really
that?
big-headed child.
Yeah, right. The kid would have the size of the head of Rosie
Yeah, she'd
O'Donnell.
never be able to deliver it.
Right. Who has a bigger
like
head,
Rosie.
Kelsey Grammer or Rosie O'Donnell?
Kelsey.
Kelsey, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, go
That
ahead.
was a quick answer.
Yeah.
He's talking about how he has hope for our future, etc. And he goes, Camille, she has no agenda. She's just a nice kid. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And then, like, the next week, he's on television on E.T.
Proposing.
Yeah, I'd actually called the house, and the house manager answered the phone, and I said, is Kelsey there? And he goes, yeah, but he's not going to talk to you. And I'm like, is he mad at me or something? And he goes, I have no more information than that. And he hung up on me. And this guy had been my friend for 3 years as well. I'm like, wow, what's going on here? So I call my therapist, and she goes, Tammy, just leave him alone. You know, it's like, move on. I'm like, what about my things? She goes, find legal counsel.
Oh, my goodness.
So I found a good attorney. Thank you, Ron Richards.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Okay, keep in mind that the therapist is on Kelsey's payroll.
Well, I know, but I paid for my own therapy sessions towards the end.
Wow.
And she goes, just leave him alone, move on.
Sounds like a lot of, yeah.
Because you got all these different people telling
Time to move
you
on.
I ended up with
to go
one
away.
friend through this whole thing.
Who's
Jordan
that?
Weinberg is the only person that ever stood by me.
Joan
besides my
Weinberg?
Jordan Weinberg.
Who's that?
He's like one of my best friends.
Yeah?
He's the only one that stood by me through this thing. And then
I stand by you.
Even her
Thank
priest.
you. My priest. I lost my priest. I lost my
What,
therapist.
he went with Kelsey?
Yeah.
No kidding.
And I knew
got
him
everything.
first.
I mean,
he
how
got
did-
everything.
How does the priest get involved?
My dog.
Really?
So, he doesn't want to speak to me again. I like watching television one night, and he's on ET going, Camille's the only person that stood by me through anything. I love her so much. And I'm like going, I called my therapist. I paged her. I'm like, am I the only person that remembers what's happened? She never called me back.
Wow.
That was the
Your
end of that.
therapist didn't call you back.
Whew.
Damn.
Sad.
That is sad.
By your
It was a
therapist.
hard
You were
year.
dumped by your therapist.
Dumped by my therapist, my priest, all my friends.
Wow. Man, that's nasty
It was
business.
a bad year.
I
I feel
would
much
say.
better now.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you, Howard.
And how do you say your name again?
Tonda.
Tonda.
Yes.
Very
Take
exotic.
off your glasses.
T-O.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to see.
Well, come over here. I'll show them to you real close. How's that, girls?
That is
hot?
the best combination there is.
What?
Dark hair and light blue eyes.
Really? I can see why Kelsey fell for you so hard. You're very complimentary, aren't you?
I only speak the truth.
Any guy ever get both of you at the same time?
No.
Well, I'd be the first then.
Broadcasting from the top of
San Jose, San Francisco. I'm good looking, rich, successful, competent, well-read, and cultured. And other than having a good-sized bank account, Howard Stern has very little in common with me. Howard has a great personality, but if both of us ever had a stroke and we both lose the power of speech, I could still walk into any bar in America and still have a better chance of getting laid than Howard. Sorry, big guy.
Very true, man. I accept that. Just don't like that you're bragging about it. Okay. I promise you next week I'm going to give away all those round-trip tickets I got from Tower Air. I got the homeless game thing going on. Don't miss the dramatic conclusion of the Singing Playboy Playmate miniseries tonight on the E! Show. Rated S for Sex Friday. Hey, Anthony, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, I wanted to know something. I want to know if you do the Mike Walker game to keep in good graces with the National Enquirer or because you think it's funny, because I don't think it's too funny.
Oh, I don't think it's funny. I just think it's kind of interesting. I like. You don't think that's interesting?
Great game.
No, well, one day I was going through stations, and Mike Walker was on this real bogus station in our area, and it was like bad.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm not talking about Mike Walker on his own. I'm talking about when he's on with us, and we're sort of getting into the 4 stories, and we have to bet. I think that's a pretty cool segment.
I think the homeless game's better.
Well, maybe it is better, but it's still good. I mean, I never know what people like. I just go by my gut, and I figure if I like it, they like it. But I always I'm like one of those gossip freaks. I like to...
Yeah, I'm into gossip, too.
Yeah, I like to hear those things. I like to know...
And it's amazing to me how a fake story could sound just like a real story.
Yeah, and as far as getting in good with tabloids, I mean, that ain't going to help me. If I ever am up to something, they're going to print it anyway.
Yeah, if they find him, worshiping somebody's feet, I don't think the Inquirer is going to stay off the story.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Walker's going to cut me some kind of break, if that's what you think.
I don't know. But F Texas...
Right.
The band on marijuana, and I'm a tortured man from the Private Parts soundtrack.
No, you effing that.
Really? Why? Thank you.
Opinionated.
Opinionated guy.
Big fan.
You don't have to F the entire Texas. Jesus. You're on the air real quick.
Hey, what's up, Art? Your movie is going to be on pay-per-view out here in L.A. In August.
Oh, cool.
And
I can't believe how many people are coming up to me saying, "Man, I just saw the movie. I didn't go to the movie, but I'm seeing it on video."
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And hey, you got to see Kathy Lee's new hairdo. It's all slutty.
Yeah, I saw it.
Cool.
She's got a slutty hairdo?
Yeah, she doesn't have it today, but she had it the other day. It's
like that curly one?
Yeah, she looks kind of slutty. She's trying to, I guess she's trying to strike back.
Is she doing that for Frank or somebody else?
Somebody else.
Yeah. Hey,
imagine that. A good way for her to get back at Frank would be to make love to me.
In front of him.
In front of him, yeah. I'd be willing to participate.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
For the E! show, you should have somebody go to that dominatrix thing in a diaper and do all that 1 and 2 stuff.
Yeah, I don't think even he's up to airing that.
Oh man. Well, you could block it out and everything and make it good.
You'd like to see that?
I'm thinking of asking Elena if she'll do a session with me, because it's not exactly cheating. If I go down there and she just hits me and stuff and puts me in a diaper.
Well, it once would be not cheating.
Right.
But if you start going all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to do it and then talk about what happened to me.
And film it.
I don't know that I want to film it, because I think I'd be a little inhibited getting into my infantilism. But you think I should try it?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
All right. F. Jackie.
We want to know what the rich and powerful are into.
Right. And speaking of F. Jackie and F. and Timmy, so I get this fax, Robin. Robin actually saw it. I'm not going to try and disguise it. Every time we do a commercial break, Jackie runs out of the studio because he has to fix himself something to eat. He can't go without 10 minutes without eating.
Well, he has to take care of everything. He goes to the bathroom,
Yeah.
he gets something to drink.
Where do you go?
I just got a cup of coffee.
But a lot of times, you do it every break, and sometimes we're sitting here discussing what we're going to do next. And I go, "Where's Jackie?" He's always taking his stroll. Like, you can't sit still.
I get coffee. I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, but every break.
Sorry.
So anyway, Robin came running in with this fax because she had to show it to me. It's the funniest thing. It seems that Jackie's wife now, Nancy, who is really not a celebrity, I hate to break the news, she's selling posters of herself?
Why not?
Listen to this.
Not true.
Signed by creator-writer Mariano Nitzezi and Nancy Sirianni. Comes with a certificate of authenticity. It's a picture of her. It's a press
I don't
photo.
even know about
Look at this.
Really?
There's Nancy.
That is legit.
Yeah. It's a picture of her. Also available, a Nancy Sirianni original production 35mm slide version. This is his wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
a 35mm slide version of what?
News to her.
Packaged with an original production 35mm slide of Sirianni in the studio. A Nancy Sirianni black and white glossy photo version packaged with a 7x10 black and white photo. And a Nancy Sirianni CD. Wow. Packaged with a signed original CD by Nancy.
I know Mariano. What's that from?
A magazine.
He's the guy that did those comic books she was in years ago.
But, I mean, I don't know, man. Is there no shame? Selling people a picture of herself? How much is it? Let's see. An autographed picture. How much do you think? Did you see the prices?
No, I could hardly make out the facts, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it.
An autographed picture of Nancy. How much?
$5.
All right. Fred?
Autographed.
Autograph.
Yeah, like
Does that
Fred's head's gonna explode.
Does that come with anything else? Or
No,
is it
just an autograph. I'm breaking it down individually.
Yeah, it's not like you get
Okay,
the
let's
Popeil
let's
pocket
price this.
fisherman.
Let's price this to move. $10.
$16.95.
Oh,
And it's not even nude. I mean, it's like a picture of her in a dress.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just for a picture of her. that
autograph.
can be
Well, it's got an autograph.
Now, a Nancy
That
Sirianni, I swear to God, I'm reading it right off of here. You can verify it. Nancy Sirianni, original production 35mm slide. I don't even know what that is.
Me neither.
How much is that? The 35mm slide.
And then it has the letters PC after it. What does that mean? Or FC? What's FC stand for?
Full color, maybe?
Full color, maybe. Yeah, okay. Nancy Sirianni, original production 35mm slide. Full color. The autograph, by the way, picture is full color also, the $16.95.
Okay, that's color. That's not black.
Yeah,
That's not $16.95 for a picture and a CD and everything?
No,
It's for
just the picture and her autograph.
Jackie's going to get out a new price list on the joke chunk.
No, I'm worth a lot of money. Yeah.
Nancy Sirianni, original production 35mm slide. This is a housewife on Long Island.
Every housewife should go into this.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, this is unbelievable. I don't even think you charge this much money for a picture of yourself. What is this?
I don't charge anything.
Right. 35mm slide is $19.95.
I don't have 35mm slides.
All right, listen to this. Nancy Sirianni, black and white glossy photo version. But how could it say black and white glossy photo version, FC, full color?
Oh, maybe
So FC doesn't mean full color.
I don't know what FC means. $21.95 for the black and white
That means
glossy.
if you buy it,
Why would the black and white cost more than a color?
I don't know.
Maybe they're all black and white. We don't know what we're talking about.
you got to have this wrong. That's got to be for a whole
I
package.
swear to God. Nancy Sirianni, CD, big orange version. FC. 34. Oh, I guess FC is full cost or something. Like maybe that means.
This has got to include the whole package.
I don't know, 30. No. The thing is
These are
$34.95.
individual prices.
Yeah.
They're not for a CD.
For the CD, $34.95.
Come on.
She can't know about
No
that.
way.
That's what it says here in the ad.
Is there any way that maybe the guy jacked around with the price before he
$34.95 for a CD.
Jesus.
No, this looks here. Here it is. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying.
No, I'm not accusing you of lying.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like she has a lot of competition on this page. It's not,
But I mean, it's not like she's naked. I mean, give me a naked picture of a girl at least.
I'd pay that.
Oh, here's
Her
Nancy.
naked.
Yeah. Hey, Nancy, boy, this latest venture is really whacking me out.
Can I clear it up?
And we all sitting here going, like we're all saying how bad Fred's wife is, and Gary's even saying, my wife has her faults, but
superseded
and
Nancy.
Gary's saying how much his wife has faults and stuff, but he just said, Jesus, imagine like Nancy. I mean, she's selling pictures.
What's the fault here?
What, you're selling pictures of yourself.
No, listen. First of all,
Nancy
I'm not-
Sirianni.
hold on. Just let me tell you. First of all, I'm not selling them. Mariano called me, and it's the 10th anniversary of this series of comic books that I did. And he's not. I'm pretty sure he's not selling pictures by themselves. It's like he asked me, could he, for this anniversary thing, offer a headshot with the comic books. And the comic books, I think, are like $10.95 a piece.
Well, all I know is you're selling a picture of you.
But not by
You mean you can get the whole comic book for less than it costs to get Nancy's picture?
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No, I'm reading it. Jackie, am I reading that wrong?
What I'm saying is I didn't know that. I thought he was...
I just think it's funny.
I told him he could have 8x10s, and I would sign them to put in these anniversary...
Who is the one person that would want an 8x10 for $16?
But it's with the comic book.
Oh, you say all this stuff is with the comic book?
Yeah.
I've seen that comic book. It's still okay. So it's with the comic book, $16.95.
Well,
I think
believe
it's
it or not, people
three.
do buy
I think
those
it's
things.
three. It's not. I don't think it's that exorbitant. I mean, this is not my thing. This is Mariano's thing. But I
Whatever.
told me I'd put pictures, and I'd give him some CDs to put in there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I didn't think so.
I think you're a pretty woman, but I ain't gonna spend $16 on a picture for you.
Yeah, but that's...
Unless you're gonna be nude.
I'd pay that.
Yeah, then I'd pay maybe $16.
I can get that for you.
I would want to be 20.
Here's my 20.
All right, Nancy.
See ya.
That's Nancy.
Well, you didn't say it comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Changes everything.
Hey, before we start the news, it takes 1 second. There's a guy on the phone. He hustles gay guys. You want to hear how?
Oh, okay.
All right, this is pretty sad. Dude, Chaz.
What's up?
All right. So
Howard.
you pretend to be gay and then you roll these gay guys?
Well, this is what I do. Well, 2 weeks ago, I've done it before, but this is the most recent episode. I have a friend of mine. She's a dancer at a strip club. Okay, and she asked me to come pick her up and give her a ride home, and I went in, and I had a beer, and I was waiting for her to come out. She wanted to do one more set, and I noticed there was this guy checking me out.
You're a good-looking guy?
What's that?
You're a good-looking guy?
I consider myself to be, a very good-looking guy.
Must be if he's dating strippers, you know, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, she likes me. But anyways, right? So I'm there, and she comes out, and I go, don't look right at him. I'm a natural-born hustler. You know, I can't help but, like, to scam people. I get this big...
All right, so you go up to the guy, and you say to him, hey, I'm gay, you want to have sex?
No. So the guy's checking me out, and I'm like, watch this. I'm going to make more money than what you made today.
All right, go ahead.
Girl. So I sat down next to him. And, you know, I asked her, is he checking me out? She's like, yeah, he's checking you out.
All right, so you sat down next to him.
I sat down next to him, and my friend started dancing in front of us, and I go up to him, I go, hey, she's pretty hot, huh? And he's like, yeah, she's pretty hot. I like her ass, you know? And I'm like, yeah, she's my friend. She's going to help me out. I kind of got into some trouble. He's like, oh, really? Yeah, I have no money. And then he's like, oh, can I buy you a drink? So right there, I know I had him, you know? So then he goes, what happened? I go, like I broke up with my my lover. And then he's like, oh, what'd she do? What happened? I'm like, well, he beat me up and kicked me out of the house. And now I have no place to stay. I have no money.
All right, yeah, so go ahead.
So, you know, I'm like, he's like, do you need any help? You know, I could help you. This guy was obviously, he had some money, you know?
So what does he give you?
Well, we got in his car. He had a brand new Jag, one of those $100,000 Jags, and we went,
So he probably wanted some oral sex.
No, well, whatever he wanted, I don't know, but he was like, you want to get a hotel room? I'm like, yeah, that would be great. I could spend the night there, then I don't have to worry about a place to stay till tomorrow.
Yeah, but don't you think he wanted to stay in the room with you?
Yeah, that's what he wanted, but he was married, you know, so he didn't want to put anything like on his credit card or whatever.
Right.
So he got cash, you know? So, like, he had how much cash he had, and he didn't want to put the room under his name, so he sent me in with the cash. It was only like $200, but still, like, I'm young, I'm 21, $200 is
a lot of money.
So I took the money, and I was like, now get out of here before I make a big scene or kick your ass.
So you took the $200. You took the $200 and said, "I'm going to kick your ass, or I'm going to make a big scene." And then and then what did he say? I don't understand.
I got out the car and he took off, you know, because he got scared. I'm a pretty big guy, you know.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you should be very proud of yourself.
Jeez. I love it. I do it all the time.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
You gotta admit.
Oh man.
But, you know, like I kind of, you know, like I'm like you, like I'm open-minded, like I respect gay people and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure you do.
You're very open-minded.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
that's Chaz, everyone. And just real quick, speaking of Nancy's pictures, here's a guy who says he has the picture. Tom?
Oh, yeah?
You bought one of these pictures?
Yeah, I bought one.
$16.95?
$16.95, yeah. I got ripped. The truth is, I got ripped. I got it. You know what I did?
What?
Took it into the bathroom with me. And I'm sorry, Jackie, I got to say the truth, and I got to tell you the story. Took it to the bathroom with me, and, I did it.
You pleasured yourself?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's nothing. Then
you didn't get ripped off.
Yeah. I didn't get ripped off, but I could have got a Playboy for $4.95 and get much better pictures than that.
Well,
so who's the idiot?
I think it's better hustling gay guys than buying comic books and pictures of Nancy.
Nancy's a hustler. She's not even around.
I'll tell you, Nancy's not a model, man. Posters of her, that's, come on.
She got your money.
The truth is, she got my money, but can I have my money back?
Yeah.
Too late.
Sure.
All right, let's do some news. Do I have to take a break or?
Yeah, quick break would be good.
Can't do the lead story?
Do the lead story then.
All right.
Well, the lead story, I mean, you know that everybody wanted to know what Andrew Cunanan's HIV status was.
And now
And you're telling me you now know it?
I know his HIV status.
Wait, let's take bets. Don't say anything. Hold it.
Wow.
Do any of you guys know?
No.
I hate this shit.
Do you know it, Jackie?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
You read it in the paper?
I heard.
Fred, do you know it?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
So you guys want to bet?
Does that mean
why
I can't
not?
bet?
Let me see. I'm going to say that the guy is such a wacko, he probably thought he was positive, but he's negative.
Well, Fred, how do you feel?
I'd say, well, I'd definitely go contrary to that.
You would? You think he's
I'd
positive?
say he has it. He had it, was incubating it.
You know, I don't know if I want to bet on this. I don't know if I don't. You know what it is? It's impossible really to bet on.
Why?
I could bet.
I have an answer.
But how would I know? I mean, what do I base it on? Like, at least in sporting teams, you know. I mean,
No, they did tests.
No, but no, you don't understand. How can you base this? I don't know his sexual history. I don't.
Post-mortem? It'd be like gambling.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost it's like.
Yeah,
What? You
flipping a
now
coin.
are like a racetrack guy who
No.
knows everything about a horse.
The homeless game. At least I can hear the guy, and then I go, hey, I can base it on something.
Something to give you a gut feeling.
The guy was a hooker, wasn't he, Andrew Cunanan?
He ran around with gay guys, and
I'm
going to
say he was positive.
older guys.
You're going to say he's negative?
No, I'd say he had HIV negative. HIV positive. Whatever.
Positive.
He had the bug.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You say he was HIV positive?
Yeah, I agree with Fred.
Well, then you can't bet.
Yeah, we can't bet. I agree with Fred.
I'll bet.
I thought you knew.
He does.
Yeah, but you need somebody to bet against them.
Yeah. All right. So he's negative.
Wait a minute.
No, now I know the answer. He's negative because Jackie wants to bet. All right. So he's negative.
Why do you blow everything?
So here, this nut was negative, and he thought he was positive and started
Did
killing
not
him.
have the AIDS virus. The Miami Herald says the autopsy performed after Cunanan's death showed no trace of HIV.
So he was just a maniac. Wow. Good-looking guy with no HIV, into doing lots of gay stuff, and we had to lose him.
He was a playground.
Wow.
I wonder if he thought he had it.
He must have.
Who knows? He was just a wacko.
Yeah, he was just crazy.
All right. That's the lead
That's all
story?
there is.
All right, we'll come back. We'll do the rest for you. Keep yourself alive. Whatever. There's my Queen retrospective. It was a cool band, though, you know? Freddie Mercury. And even though he was, like, gay, like, a lot of teenage boys could still go to the concert and, you know, identify. Mm-hmm. Which is not easy to do when you're gay. Usually, like, teenage boys won't go to your show.
Well, he wasn't really that upfront about it, was he?
Yeah. There was no hiding it.
Oh, really? I didn't know it.
You don't wear a leotard like that with your whole open, scooped out, and people don't know you're gay. Okay?
No mystery.
Yeah. I knew a hairdresser in Detroit who had sex with Freddie Mercury years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said she was real good. And that they all had names for each other. And Freddie Mercury, I think, was Susan or something. The guy gave me a whole rundown. I don't know. But there it is. That's a scoop.
Yeah.
Now, what else is in the news, Robin? Oh, what's that?
You know you shake me, Robin. You put my heart on.
Is this an intro to the news?
You know you shake me, Robin, with those newly formed breasts. You know I love them, honey. You know they really are the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, sing it. All right.
Then we go on with the news.
Right.
Out in Chicago.
Jackie's playing in Chicago soon.
Yeah, well, he can go see this. The Virgin Mary has appeared on the side of a building.
Yeah, the Vic Theater.
She was seen by Domingo Garcia.
Seen.
In Hanover Park.
It's always Spanish guys who see the Virgin Mother.
About 200 other people were also there on Thursday night. Garcia looked at the wall. He says, I'm born again, but she's so beautiful.
What does that mean?
People have been coming to the wall on an apartment building in the Glendale Terrace complex for 2 weeks now.
Wow.
Garcia said it's good she comes here because of the crime.
And maybe it'll all stop.
Last week there was a shooting here. Now she comes here and I can feel the peace.
Wow.
Another woman said, I think she's making an appearance to show the world that it's not over and that we should live in peace and harmony. People actually are...
Yeah, they're caught up in it. There was a Polish couple visiting the country, and they thought it was a drive-in movie. They stood there for 3 weeks.
The Reverend Jim Frank, a chaplain for the Hanover Park Police Department, was at the apartment complex on Thursday, but not to see the image. He was helping an officer make a call about a tragic accident. He said, I won't look for God on the side of a building, but people are very sincere in their faith about it. So, like the chaplain's like, I know there's nothing on the wall, but what can I say?
Right.
I'm going to destroy these people's belief.
I think they should wash the wall. Get rid of whatever's on there.
The vision was said to appear at dusk when a security light high on the wall came on. When it did, the results were less than astounding. The light brought out smudges in the rough shape of a figure eight. But Garcia says he saw it, and he said she looks beautiful, and he was standing there staring at it through binoculars and then handed the binoculars over to someone else like there really was something there.
It's a Rorschach test on the side of a wall. You see what you want to see. Boy, that guy's going to be in for a shock when he dies and he doesn't go anywhere.
I think that's a riot. I mean, people can convince themselves of anything.
Yeah.
So they're over there visiting the wall.
I know someone who convinced themselves they could sell pictures of themselves for $16. I don't want to say who. Yeah. I once saw Fred on the side of a building.
Yeah? But it was really him.
It was him. He was bored. He was just standing there.
No miracle.
Yeah.
No miracle.
Yelling at his shoes.
I love you, Robin.
Oh, geez. Autumn Jackson, we're still waiting for her sentencing, and whether Bill Cosby is her father or not continues to be the subject of debate. Here's her, the man who is actually credited as being her father on her birth certificate, Gerald Jackson. He says Autumn is his daughter, and she's guilty of bad behavior.
If I was her, I wouldn't want to know who my father was at this point, because what if she finds out this guy is her father?
She threw a $40 million tantrum like a brat. And I think there's a difference between a brat and a criminal.
So I guess he doesn't want her to go to jail for a long time. Here's what else Gerald Jackson, who says he's Autumn Jackson's father, had to say.
What I was trying to establish. I was trying to get her to establish what they call a book. It's a list of clients that are like Bill Cosby's.
Huh?
What?
Everybody's up to something. That's all I know.
A book? I don't know.
I have no idea what he's talking
What was
about.
that quote? I love you, Rob.
That makes more sense.
I love you, Robin.
Thank you very much. Yesterday, I told you that Richard Jewell was on Capitol Hill the other day, and he is demanding an apology from the FBI. Richard Jewell is the man who was considered the chief suspect in the Atlanta bombing during the Olympics at Olympic Park. And it turns out that he had nothing to do with it, and he was actually a hero in the incident. But his name was besmirched, and he was maligned all over the country in the press. And the FBI contributed to that situation. Now, Janet Reno was on Capitol Hill yesterday. She's the U.S. Attorney General. Here she is apologizing.
I'm very sorry that it happened. And any time a situation occurs where there is a leak and it subjects a person to such public focus, I think I'm sorry it happened.
Well, please, she shouldn't have to apologize. We were looking for a suspect. They had reason to, for whatever reason, they suspected him. They checked him out, and he didn't turn out to be,
That's not exactly what happened.
Really? What happened?
They tricked him into cooperating with an investigation under false pretenses.
Come on. Big deal. How are you supposed to get information from people?
And there were leaks to the press that indicated that this man really was the suspect, and, we pretty much were just about to have an arrest, so news accounts and his picture were flashed all over the country. And he can no longer work.
He doesn't have to now. He's got plenty of dough.
Well, that's why he's continuing to make a big deal about it. Marv Albert.
Next time, lose a little weight. Don't have such a strange mustache.
Is that all?
It immediately makes you suspect. Remember when I was heavy and had the bad mustache?
Everybody was accusing you of things.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. What are you going to do?
Marv Albert continues in the news. He's a fascinating man. I never thought he was before.
Yes.
But a phone number found in a murdered dominatrix's address book next to the name Marv Albert is an old number of the legendary sportscaster.
Legendary.
The revelation squashes speculation that the Marv Albert in Nadia Frey's black book may have been somebody else or a nickname she gave to a client.
Except it was his phone number.
I said that it nixes that.
Oh, it does?
theory.
Oh, it nixes it. Oh. Too bad. That would have been funnier if it was the real Marv Albert.
It is the... What are you carrying on about?
You just said it nixes that theory.
The theory that it was someone else or a nickname.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm trying to establish here, for Christ's sakes. Pay attention to me.
Yes.
So that's his old phone number is what I'm saying. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So you said it nixes that theory. So I went,
No, the theory that it was someone else or a nickname.
Yeah, it's him.
Yes.
It's his. Yes.
Yes.
Now the question is, what did he do with her?
That's right. What was their connection?
Wow.
Police would not say whether the phone number was disconnected or whether it was for his home or office.
Well, this guy's something, man.
And they did not speculate on the nature of Albert's association with Mistress Hilda.
Well, she's into diapering guys, tying them up, and humiliating them. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, he likes it rough, huh? If the biting thing is true and the...
Wow.
Wow. Who would picture him liking it so rough? Seems kind of wimpy.
It makes you wonder who else is into that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you want to be rough when you're wimpy. You know, it always seems to be the opposite. The powerful want to be babies, and the wimpy want to be rough.
I just want to have intercourse. What am I?
Somebody who's not having intercourse.
Right. That's all I want is intercourse. Intercourse.
Sources say the book includes the names of a detective, a famous actor's brother, and a retired judge who was also a high-ranking military official.
Powerful. He needed to have people go to the bathroom on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Authorities in Virginia have been notified about this new piece of information where Albert is facing charges of forced sodomy.
Wow. I like it rough. Yes.
Yes. Stain me, mommy.
Yes.
Yes.
Why, do you think like he went over there like once a week, had a regular appointment, and got into a
Or was
diaper?
it a one-time thing?
Do you think he was into infantilism? I'm a baby.
Yes. Hey, you. Perfect.
The killer of Miss...
Has he made a statement, Robin? Marv Albert?
Absolutely not.
He's
He
got
doesn't
to.
want to say.
He has to say something.
As we said yesterday, there was very little comment coming out of his public relations firm.
I just want to say,
I want my mommy.
I want the record clean.
Unlike my suit.
I did not bite that woman. It's true, my name is in Mistress Hilda's phone book, and I did see her a few times. Marv's got to make a statement. You know, Marv's got such a great image. Like, he goes on Letterman, and he just plays clips of sports activities, and now he can't go on Letterman, because Letterman's got to
Now's
ask
the
him.
time to talk to Marv. We don't want to see
Right.
clips.
Now he's like the A-list guest. Because he always needed clips to be a good
there
guest.
was nothing to talk to him about. We didn't know there was anything to talk to him about. There was plenty.
Do you think Marv was into puppy training?
Yes. Roof, roof. Hit me with a newspaper, mommy.
I don't know that was Mistress Hilda's specialty.
Look, I'm dragging my ass on the carpet.
Most of them do all the same things, Robin. He probably was into puppy training.
Well, you never know.
Elena's, I want to go for puppy training, and maybe that's what I should do. Puppy training.
They probably all offer the same stuff, right?
I'd be embarrassed to go to the bathroom in front of somebody like that, like a puppy.
But that's the whole point. You want to be humiliated.
Yeah,
It worked.
yeah, I am humiliated.
Mistress Hilda, I've got worms.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, still doesn't mean he went to her, you know. I mean,
No, they could have just been friends.
right. Just doesn't look good. Doesn't help his case in Virginia at all, does it?
The investigation into bombs found in a Brooklyn apartment is expanding.
Yes.
New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani told ABC TV today that 2 more people have been picked up for questioning in the case. That's in addition to 3 people arrested yesterday. Prosecutors say one suspect has told police he was planning to use the bombs in New York subways.
Oh, great.
There were 5 bombs in the apartment. There were satchels that could be strapped to your back. One of the suspects identified himself as a suicide bomber. They were said to be upset with the bombing in Israel and the peace negotiations that are going on in the Middle East.
Great, so they're going to blow us up.
Both of them had Jordanian passports.
Oh.
One was a Palestinian.
Oh, let's get rid of everybody out of this country. Ship them out.
And at least one of the suspects was a member of Hamas.
Oh.
That's the same group that has claimed responsibility for Wednesday's bombing in Jerusalem that killed 15 people.
We should execute these guys immediately.
Well, you know, they shot them, and then they take them to the hospital.
I know.
I don't understand that.
You and me both. Let the cops just finish them off right there. I mean, they're guilty. They got bombs.
Well, they were also afraid that they would detonate these bombs when police officers were rushing into the building. That's how heinous these people are and how much they want to kill others.
I'm surprised the cops didn't just plug them a few extra times.
That's what I'm saying. What's this hospital trip?
How many of them are dead and how many are alive?
Nobody's dead. The 2 of them are recovering.
Oh, for God's sake. Too bad. Hey, the Minnesota Twins are here. They wanted, so you hadn't been putting out that way.
How I'm going to handle this, because I have never
Done it.
really done that before.
Honest. And here you are. You're 40-some-odd years old.
Right.
Right.
And I've made a practice of not doing it.
Because you just had no interest in doing it.
Right. I have told you a million times I was a very selfish lover. I could have cared less if a guy had
I'm
a good
surprised you
time.
never even got curious to try that.
Because, why? Why would I
Because-
care? All I was there for was my own pleasure, and I didn't imagine I could get any pleasure out of that.
Really? Some women kind of dig doing that, though.
Well, yeah, but I was having a good time doing what I was doing, and it never occurred to me.
See, I dig doing that to a woman because,
You want the woman to have a good time.
yeah, I want to see her get
That
off.
makes you feel good.
Right.
But I didn't care about that.
Never believed her when she said that.
I didn't believe
I
it.
would tell you that all the time, and you
All right,
guys
go ahead.
didn't
Never
believe it.
All right.
But that was the case. All right? So now I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't want to look like a total idiot. And what am I going to do? Ask how it's done, or
Because
you
for
know,
the first time, you really do want to please your man.
this time it seemed to be important.
Okay,
yes.
good.
And
Wow.
so
Boy, this guy really rocked your world. Now, what about this
this
other
is a
guy?
guy a long time ago. This
Right, right. What about this other guy that I know that used to date? Did he ask for that too?
No.
He didn't even ask.
No.
That's interesting.
That's hard to believe.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, that guy
I don't
seemed-
care what's hard to believe.
That guy seemed pretty, on fire. Yeah.
Yeah, but he only wanted one thing.
Right. Same thing I want.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead. This is good.
I say to myself, okay, I got to find out how this is done, because I don't want to look like an idiot and not be able to do it and all of that stuff.
Pay attention, ladies.
So at first I thought, there are tons
Oh,
of
my.
videos around the office.
Yeah.
And I'll go in one day, and when the office is empty, I'll just grab one.
Right, watch
the
a porno.
office is never empty.
Right.
So, and I'm too embarrassed to ask somebody for one, because I can't imagine what they'll think I need it for.
Because you said, oh, my friend's having a stag party.
Right, but I was too, embarrassed to even think of a good lie.
Okay, go ahead.
So then I decided, all right, I'll just go to a video store
Porno
someplace.
store, yeah.
And no, just a regular video store. They have these movies,
Porno
I thought
section.
to myself, and I'll go into the adult section.
So I think that's more embarrassing
And
than
I'll
asking
just
one of the
grab
interns.
one.
Right.
As soon, and I was just walking down the street one day, and I saw a video store, and I walked in, and I'm headed for the adult section, and all of a sudden this girl says, "Hi, Robin," and I look up, and it's one of my neighbor's babysitters. It's
Oh,
not
my
even
God.
just a fan.
So you ran out of there.
Somebody who really knows me, and I knew. Thank God the adult section was just past new releases, so
Wow.
I made a beeline for the
Man.
new releases. And then I again tried going into an anonymous video store, and I finally made it into the adult section, and then I thought, no, these are rentals. I'll have to go give a driver's license. I can't get out of here with this.
Go ahead.
Finally, I said, maybe I'll write to one of those places that send you things in brown paper bags.
You
but
could have come to me.
This is going to take too long.
Right.
So finally one day I was over on the west side.
Yes.
Driving, and I came down this little side street, and I saw a little X-rated video store in a Hispanic neighborhood.
Let me ask you, were you able to get a parking space?
Yeah. there
That's
were
the miracle of the story. By the way, that's the amazing part of the story. Yeah, so you go into this Hispanic neighborhood.
So I said, I looked around, and I said, I don't think anybody's going to recognize me here.
Right.
So I parked my car, and I said, I'm going to walk really fast, not look at anybody, and run into the store.
Go ahead.
When I ran into the store, the guy looked at me, and I think this must happen all the time, that he thought, oh, no, here's another person who thinks this is just a video store.
Right.
And so now I'm standing there, and I'm looking at the wall, and there are 10 billion CD videos.
Oral sex videos.
One was an oral sex video.
Right, devoted to oral sex.
Yeah, the others, they went the gamut.
Right.
Anything
Anal
you
sex,
could imagine.
diapering, dominating.
All of it.
Right.
Yeah, they did it all. But there was one where, it said, like, we have 5 million women doing this.
Go ahead.
And so I looked at the little guy, and I said, you sell these videos? And he said yes, and said, I'll take that one right there. And
Go ahead.
he took it down, and he was like, oh my God, she really meant to be here, and she really wants to buy a video. So first he rang it up, and he put it in a plastic bag, and then he looked at the plastic bag and realized it was see-through, so he double bagged it for me.
You were the first probably normal-looking woman that ever came in
so
there.
He then double bagged it. He was so excited. Then he decided to give me some gifts, so he threw condoms into the bag.
He knew that you were a player.
A free condom.
So okay, go ahead. So you got the video.
So I get the video, and I take it home.
And you watched the whole thing?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing. It was like girl after girl, and it, really grainy. So the reproduction isn't fantastic.
How many times have I invited you in the back to watch oral sex videos with me?
Never.
Many times.
No, they're always those weird ones you want me to
Well,
watch.
I can't help it.
Things that I would never consider doing.
All right, so go ahead.
So anyway, I watched
You studied the
several
tape.
of these people go through their routines.
Yes.
And then I say to myself, all right, I think I've got it.
Okay.
And I cut it off, and I make sure to put it back in its box and hide it somewhere.
Right,
so
you don't want anyone to see
runs
it.
into my video.
Did you practice on anything?
No.
On a banana?
No.
All right. So you call your boyfriend.
No, I didn't call him. The next time.
Next time a more attack. Yeah.
Things came up.
Right.
I did my homework. I tried my new.
Was he surprised that now he was getting what he wanted?
I don't know that he was surprised.
Right,
he just, it sort of was very nice, and, we both enjoyed ourselves.
By the way, here's a note. Kathy Lee Gifford, this is the kind of stuff you should be talking about on the air. Your ratings will go back up. You know her ratings are down, but go ahead.
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
So anyway, it was, we had a lot of fun. It was very good. And, I still didn't, you still don't know if you did okay or not.
Right, because after all, you learn from a videotape.
Right. But the next day, we were talking on the phone, this person who was a long time ago.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And he said, wow, I never imagined that your technique would be so good.
Wow. So he probably figured you're some little slut who really knows what she's doing.
And so I was like, oh my God, if he only knew my little teacher is in the drawer over there.
I can't tell you how often I've even given my wife manuals, books written on the techniques that men like.
Yeah.
And I don't think she reads it. She don't want to learn like you learn. No, actually, I force her to watch pornography.
Right. I know you have said many times that you have finally, every time you see something that you like, you tell your wife to watch it.
Now, will he study a video and do you properly? Because I know you like that.
He was fine.
He does good. He doesn't need a video.
He doesn't need a video.
Wow. Yeah, because it must have bothered him that here he was putting out and you weren't reciprocating, and guys love that. And, so I think it's really, so here's what I think is cool. Number one, the coolest part of the story is we learned Robin has really never done that.
Wow, wait.
I was being honest all the time.
Wow. That's frightening in itself. Number two, she went and rented a porno video and taught herself how to do it. And it turned out you can learn from a video where they say you can't. Like exercise you can't, but that you can learn from a video.
Apparently these videos do work.
Because the guy said she was great. And there's your story.
Wow. Happy ending.
So now I'm done. Oh, shut up that thing.
In fact, I saw Robin the other day renting Butt Pleasure. A new video. I don't know what it means. If you ever see her in a porno store, check the title. Motley Crue performs like Robin on the E! Show tonight. Good for you, Robin.
Dispelling myths and rumors.
So you've done it a lot now since that time.
I'm not saying a word.
Right.
I told you that happened a long time ago.
Okay. But I'm saying now you're comfortable with the act. Do you like it at all?
Oh, yeah.
You do like
it.
it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah? I could give you more fun. So no problems. You like it now. You've gotten over your...
I didn't have an over to get. It was just that I wasn't interested.
Right. Well, that's certainly love. That's a good sign. should tell that to the priest.
I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Oh.
Now there'll probably police storming the building to arrest me for an illegal act.
Now you both have to try your technique at the same time.
Yeah.
Have you done that yet?
No, we have not.
Wow, what are you waiting for? That's fun. What, the video of Robin and her boyfriend?
No, the video that I used to learn.
Oh, yeah, that's a great video. We should distribute that to all our listeners.
Should be one of our products.
Wow. It's a day of revelation. That's a great story.
Why, thank you. I always thought, I laughed hysterically about it after it was all over. And that's why I said, oh, got to tell this one.
Yeah,
It's
not
really
embarrassing.
funny. Who cares if it's embarrassing? It was funny.
It is funny. Well, that's amore.
Running around to X-rated video stores.
Wow, what a day.
He took me to Mexico.
Good Lord, where were your parents?
Did your parents beat his ass?
At that point, my mother was still alive. She was just jealous because she had a crush on him, too.
Really? And she let you date a 32-year-old guy?
Yeah.
Wow,
Who
your
was
mom's
he,
liberal.
Michael
Kennedy?
He was some Italian guy, worked at a restaurant. And,
No kidding.
And your mom just said, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she figured if she couldn't have it, at least I could.
Wow.
Wow. Boy, what a mom.
Did you go back and tell your mom that it was good? Like, did you discuss stories with your mom?
You're like the original Shoshana Lonstein.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey
wow. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, you're all right. You need an older
Or,
man.
it's like the Priscilla Presley story.
All right, I'll go out with you. So, what's the matter? Are you talking to Gary since his molestation story? You feel kind of funny about it?
I haven't seen Gary that much. Gary walked in and, what did I say? I had a message for you or something, but...
You don't have a problem with it, do you?
Oh,
Or did you feel like you should just leave him alone for a while?
No.
Oh,
I I actually know a lot of guys who have the exact same story.
Oh, really?
And, it's really not shocking.
Good to tell him that you know a lot of guys who have the same
It helps.
Yeah, I got a guy on the phone who says he's got that story.
Listen, Howard, when I think about it, I think of all the possibilities that could have gone further, and it didn't go there.
Oh, stop it.
Hi, you're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah.
Gary is lucky that this did not totally mess him up.
What do you stutter?
Huh?
Are you stuttering from it?
Well, I'm just kind of nervous because, on the air and all that.
Yeah.
I think I need to sit down. I've never told anybody this before.
Really?
Yeah. When I was...
well, it's probably good to tell me because I'm so sensitive.
Yeah, if you're going to start somewhere.
Now, is this guy doing you as we speak?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
I've not seen him.
No, he's got his
How
radio
old
on.
were you?
How old were you when this happened?
I was in the 5th grade, so I was at 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, what happened? Real quick, condense it.
Well, it started out simple enough, just like, I don't know, I guess I need to clean this up for the air. He pleasured himself in front of me, and he told me, that I was old enough to do that too, and I didn't believe him, so he did it to me.
Oh,
man. He got me into all kind of stuff, but it totally messed me up. I mean,
Yeah, you're home.
Wait a minute. What else did he do?
He got you in the back?
Huh?
He got you from behind?
He more or less made me do that.
Oh.
Year and a half.
Oh, shut up, Jackie.
Okay.
No.
Well, actually,
Gold Star fan.
Oh, you guys are horrible.
Eagle Scout.
So you're gay now, right?
Probably had it happen
I
to
am
him.
now.
Now you're gay, right?
That probably had something to do with
Oh,
it.
are you
When I was
gay?
young,
Probably. Yeah, definitely.
When I
He's
was
gay.
young, I probably could have gone either way.
Yep.
'Cause, I mean, I had girlfriends and stuff.
So you think that
Tipped
you
you
could be
over the
turned
edge.
like gay?
Yeah,
Being gay.
definitely.
It's not
Oh,
hereditary.
no. Look at all these chicks who are trying lesbianism now because it's
And
chic.
in 5 years, they'll be married with kids.
That's
and they'll never
all.
do it again.
How many times did you go back to this guy?
Well, I mean, like, this happened over a period of a long time. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, at some point you get wise to it.
And you enjoyed it.
Well, you know what, Robin? It's weird because, like, I don't know. I mean, this.
All right. Hey, listen, we got your story. All right?
I'm just saying, like, when I was real young, I was very impressionable.
Hey, how do you know it's not the same guy who got Gary? Did he give you chocolate?
No, he was older than me. He was like only maybe 3 or 4 years older than me. But he was like really developed and stuff for his age. I mean,
Tough luck, Tinkerbell. Okay, I got to get rid of that guy.
You are so cruel.
You know, we should do this show.
So cruel.
You should just do this show, Howard. Everyone's doing sex shows and they're being so nice to people.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, this is the other end of that.
Here, I got a letter from a gay guy who's mad at me. He goes, "Hey, Dear Howard, you need some education on male butt sniffing,"
Why?
as you refer to it.
Why would you need an education on that?
Bye, Becky.
He's watching her leave.
That's dangerous stuff. Don't keep that around me. I got to keep my
16,
distance.
she ran over with a 32-year-old.
I like to go out with Becky.
Good Lord.
Becky's one hot into
You
man.
could. Her
Yeah.
mom would let you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, her mom's dead now.
Perfect.
Oh, God, what happened to her mom?
Who cares? Dear Howard.
What is she, an orphan?
Yeah, I love that. No father to give me a headache.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I know your daughter's too young for me. So what? All right?
Deal with it.
You need some education on male butt sniffing.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with smelling duty. Nobody wants to smell that as far as I know. Of course, I may be wrong. What's he talking about? See, I don't understand this.
I think that when you do that, you have to dress it up and say you're not doing it.
Yeah, but he's doing it. By the way, consider all the other animals that get off on nosing around each other's butts. Furthermore, and this is just a hunch, but I think a guy's butt on a bad day probably smells better than a woman on a good day. See?
Well, to a gay guy, yeah.
Even to a straight guy.
Oh, boy.
Not to knock the ladies. Not to knock the ladies. Only this one particular practice. And only to put a certain matter into perspective. Howard, I love your show. Signed, a faggot fan who has sniffed some really sexy male butts.
And proud of it.
There it is.
I don't think anyone else has ever received a letter like that.
No. Not that I know of.
I think that's a first.
Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely.
And now, another moment in Crackhead Bob History. Today, he's Crackhead Bob. But before that, did you know that he was an auctioneer?
Are you kidding?
Sorry, must have been a misprint. Did you know that Crackhead Bob was a gigolo?
How do you like it, baby?
Oh, Bob.
Do you want me to dance with you?
Bob, you drive me wild. Take me. Take me.
Face yourself. There I come.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Another moment.
Beautiful.
Crackhead Bob History.
I need a cigarette.
On the Howard Stern Show.
That's a great moment.
Good morning, everyone.